Crop circle. What is up, the world? It is your friendly neighborhood farm gator here, hanging out today on Slarmity Farmity, doing stuff and things. It's the worst farm name ever. Hope you guys are having a good day. I'm having a really good day. So, yeah, tragedy has struck on Slarmity Farmity. Is that what the name of the farm was? Tragedy has struck on Slarmity Farmity, and pretty much everything that you saw in the last episode, which was like 4+ hours of gameplay, I think a little bit more than that, like 5 hours of gameplay, all was lost. It was all lost. So what was happening was I was doing things, and one of the things I do when I play Farming Simulator a lot is I'll be doing this. Like, these things will be happening right here, right? It's doing its thing. We're spraying the field. I don't need to be here for this, so I'll be off answering comments, doing stuff, editing video, doing other things. Multitasking like a boss. And anyway, I went away to go do something with my wife. We were hanging out, she was showing me something on her phone, I think it was. Get your head out of the gutter, boys. And anyway, I came back and the game crashed. No idea why. I've never had that happen before. Never had it just crash randomly on me. Speaking of, let's go ahead and save it. Now we're saving all the time. It's way better this way. Way better. So, yeah, just randomly, I think we're going to have an accident here. No, I think he's just going to scrape by. So, we had a crash. We lost about 4 hours. But I went back through. I did basically everything we already did. I offloaded all the wheat and all the barley this time. We got our corn harvest finished from 21. We unloaded about, I think, 2 truckloads of potatoes. So those are gone. And I think we did some canola, too, to make up for the money. In addition to that, now, out here at 9, we have these guys. We got the stayers back. The stayer 415 multi-masons. We got 2 of these case guys. And we're using case for these because the horse prontos. We're using the magnums because it's really hilly around here, and this thing's actually pretty heavy. I didn't want to just use a Puma on it. So 2 of these guys, 2 sprayers, and we're just using the single harvester up here. And I brought all that back. So then we have a quad track with the what is it? Not kipper, the cramp, big body tipper, and we're gonna start getting this harvesting again. That was at the point. That was what point we were at last time, and everything was ruined. It was all ruined, and I cried and cried. But right now, let's check it out. Let's go ahead and head back down and check here. So field 9 ready to go, just need to grow it. Field 16 and 15 are ready to go. We're finishing up 21 right now, and 17 has a sprayer on. So pretty much here in the next probably 10 minutes or so, once that sprayer is done, we will be 100% ready to speed up time for a little bit. Are you gonna suck in? Suck in, furl, man, furl. So I think I'll bring this guy up to 17 so that we can go ahead and kind of get that spraying done. Once we have the spraying done on everything, I'm gonna go ahead and speed up time. Probably will only take till the next day, and just unfurl. Let's do a double time spray on this field. So, yeah, and then we're going to start harvesting everything. So, wow, he's doing pretty good over there. So, just as hanging out, I was trying to think what we're going to do today. I think tomorrow, in tomorrow's video, we're going to get into some new mods. We're going to do something fun. I haven't actually checked it out yet, but I feel like we can do something pretty cool. I think we'll probably get into a new field, try to get a little bit more automation online. A couple of people were talking about maybe expanding the solar farm or the wind farm, and that might be a thing that we do. But I'm actually kind of really having a good time kicking up it's kind of like kicking up the difficulty level. You know, I could just AFK and turn time up and go to sleep and wake up, and I would have 10 million bucks. But I feel like this is kind of cool, you know, doing this stuff manually, and I do get a lot of money. Like, I get more money when I speed up time. Like, for now, we're going to make a cut here in a minute. And then we're going to go ahead and wait till the next day so we can grow. And I do make some money then. But I like the fact that we got all these fields going. And it's starting to feel really like, more like, I don't know, like a professional farm. Kind of. Semi-pro. Anyway, so I think what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get this guy done. I'm going to speed up the time so we have to grow, and then I'm going to come back and actually have a story to tell you. You know, I was thinking about my time, and I was telling you guys I worked on a farm when I was a kid, and I was thinking about a story about something that one of the guys that I work for told me happened to him, and it has to do with poo. Speaking of poo, so we filled this back up. Let's check. Did they get warmed up yet? Yes. So our cow productivity was down to 0, so I went ahead and re-warmed them up. They're all warm now. We got to get in there at some point. Look at this mess. I feel like we'll work through it, but also we do have a good amount of manure. The milk gets automatically sold. Looks like our straw, we don't have that much. Our liquid manure and manure piles are getting pretty big. We got 30,000 manures and 39,000 liquid manures. I guess it's liters. That's disgusting. I don't ever want to measure poop in liters. I don't know why. But anyway, these guys are going good. I'm going to go ahead, wait for 17 to complete. Then we're going to come back. I'm going to tell you my story, my poop story. You're going to love it. BRBs! And we're back, and all of our stuff and things are ready to be harvested now. 9, 17, 16, 15, 21, ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and start getting that going. And I thought I would tell you guys a story about my time working on a farm while we would do this. So it's actually a story about a story that somebody told me. Why are you not able to be hired? Unfurl? Why are you furled? Who furled you? What in the world? So, I told you guys that I worked on a farm. And when I say I worked on a farm, I mean that, like, I did some hay baling. So we did a lot of baling. And so you would, like, basically, like, the baler, like the same baler we have with the buckwheat would come around, and you would manually pick up the bales and put them. We didn't have a bale loader or anything like that. So you'd put them on, like, a flatbed, and then we would take them into the pole barn, and you would unload them and do that sort of stuff. So, field 9, blah, 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 combine, selected, drive course. So, all right, we're good to go up here. Canola incoming. So, that's sweet. Now, let's go ahead down into here and get this guy up and running. So, I did some of that work. And then also, I grew up in Maine. And in Maine, the soil is super rocky, like super amounts of rocks. And so you have to rock fields. So that's something that I did for a couple of summers off and on, where basically a person hires children, or not children, young people, completely legal young people. And you walk in front of a tractor with like with a front loader bucket on it, and you pick up any rocks that are bigger than your fist. And this is what you do. This is your job. You just walk in front of it and pick up rocks that are bigger than your fist, and you throw them in the bucket. And normally, it's really funny. Actually, normally takes about 3 years for a field to be. You have to rock it 3 years in a row in order for it to be usable, which is really crazy. So we already got the right guy. Drive course. All right, sweet. So let's go down back here. We'll get this guy going next. So I did the rockin' fields for a while. I did the hay and stuff for a while. And then I had to shovel stalls for a while too, which was really sweet. So this is the story I want to tell you about. So the guy was a second-generation farmer, so his dad had owned the farm before him. And that's not H. Good thing the lights are on, though. Let's go ahead and harvest. Let's go ahead and grab the worker. But so we had this. They had their cow barn, and it was like all concrete. So the floor was concrete, and there were these cow stalls. And then in the center, like all around where these channels where like the cow poo would flow. So like the cows would poo, and then by force of poo gravity, the poo would kind of pretty much flow in the correct manner down into where there was this big collection area. And the collection area was like exactly kind of like what we have here. Is this good to go? Drive course. All right, good to go. Let's head down here, just so I can show you. So, like, can I get closer? Nah, this is probably fine. So it was like this. Like it was like that, but it was kind of like a little bit smaller, and it was made of concrete, and it didn't have like, I think they had like a pump on it, but it was more like a kind of like a spigot. I mean, it wasn't. This looks way more technologically advanced than what they had. Theirs was like a concrete circle, but in the center of their concrete circle was all poo, like liquidy poo. And so that was my job, was to like shovel, and they had like a squeegee, like a poo squeegee, and you would shovel and poo squeegee the poo down the channels, and then it would funnel into the big thing, and that was what you did. That was your job. So, all right, wow, we already got 21 going. We got to get this guy right over here. So, all right, so what would happen, though, is that in the summertime, the top of the liquid poo pile, once it got full, the top would, like, form a crust, a poo crust, like a pie crust, but made of poo. And not like a pie crust at all, because you can't eat it. And, yeah, anyway, so it would form this thick crust, or what was thought to be a thick crust. And so the guy that owned the farm, when he was a kid, he was standing out. They had a barn. So imagine this is the barn. And, like, you would walk. They had, like, a overlook. So there was, like, a big cement thing that was, like, 15 by 10 that would stick out. And then imagine, like, you're at one story up. And then in front of you is, like, a field, but it's all cows. So you're a story up. And then over to your right here, there's, like, a metal pole fence around the outcropping. And then to the right over here was the poo storage vessel. And that had the crusty crust. And so what happened was that the guy, his hat fell off. It blew off onto the poo crust, okay? So his hat was on the poo crust. Do we have the right guy? What are you? Axial flow 7130? Yeah. So his hat Why are you in traffic? Why are you being a mean? Stop, driver. His hat flew off onto the poo crust. And so, he thought, what are you going to do now? No combine in reach? It's right there, buddy. He thought that he could walk out onto the poo crust. Or he's figured, why not? It's a big, thick poo crust. And he was a young man, like 16. Probably a $150. Skinny man. And so he was like, I'll just walk out onto the poo. And wait, this guy's going. This guy's going. Is everybody already going? Everybody's going. Everything is being harvested. This is amazing. So now, just to maybe make some extra money, we could go ahead and unload some silage a little bit. So anyway, all right, his hat falls off onto the crust. He walks out onto the poo crust. He's confident. He's been out on the poo crust before. He's safely adventured, and lived to tell the tale. So anyway, he walks out, grabs his hat, starts on his way back, and he falls through. He falls through the poo crust into the giant vat of, like, festering in the sun for weeks and weeks, liquid cow manure poison. Oh my God in heaven. I couldn't even imagine it. So he's out there by himself, and there's nobody sees that he's fallen in. And so he's trying to get out, but he's telling the story. He's like, it's like quicksand. Like, he can't swim in it. It's super thick. And every time he tries to grab onto the crust, just like if you kind of fall through the ice, it just breaks. So he's like trying to swim, crawl, and he's getting kind of sucked under. He's breathing in the poo in his mouth. It goes in his mouth. This is maybe not appropriate for all children because of the poo eating. But anyway, it's just what happened. It's a real story. So he says he's telling the story. He's trying to get to the shore or whatever, the edge. And he starts getting like really tired. And he's like, I couldn't believe like he was getting so tired that he couldn't you know, move his arms and legs anymore. Like he was just getting exhausted because of how thick the poo was that he was trying to swim through, and he's coughing and like, oh my god. So anyway, not moral of the story yet. We're not there, but yeah. So just to let you guys know, he made it, because you know he made it because he told me the story. So it was kind of like a jip, like you know he made it. But he did make it out, and he had to go to the hospital, and he was like really sick. Like he had, I don't know, he didn't go into detail about exactly what sort of health issues ensued after that point. But yeah, he had not the best day ever, and not the best couple of weeks after that. He said he got really sick from that. But could you even imagine, man? Like I could not imagine it. Like I had a hard enough time just like shoveling it. Like, and you get used to it after a minute. It's not that big of a deal, you know. It becomes, plus horse poo is different. But yeah, I couldn't even imagine, man, falling into it. And I'm sorry if the story grossed you out, guys, but I thought it was like a really interesting story. Not interesting, what a crazy story. And I figured that you guys might want to know it. So, but that was my story. I mean, other than that, everything that we did on the farm was pretty tame. You know, that's like the best, that if that's 100%, pretty much everything else that happened on the farm that I worked on was like 2%. Like, and there was no other crazy stories or anything like that happened. Oh, we got to get these guys going. We're not at 100% yet. We got to get these guys going. So let's go ahead and start this up too. Yeah, other than that, like, you know, getting bit by a couple of barn spiders, which is pretty bad. That's a, you know, it's like a bee sting kind of, a little bit worse. Was probably the highlight of my stories. So, but I couldn't even imagine it, man. Tektron 85, 86, 87 drive. And then where's my other Tektron? There you are. We'll set this guy up over in here. But now, after we get these guys going, everything will be set up here. I know, guys. The story's crazy and it's gross. You're all commenting about it right now. I understand. But it had to be told. It had to be told. Quad tracks in. No, traffic. Let's set this guy up right here. And then, now I don't even walk like a foot anymore. I just automatically go into the menu. So, are you already ready to go? He's already going. He's on that Tektron. He's ready to go. Let's go ahead and find out what's going on this quad track. Why are you trying to go there? Why do you even want to go in that way? Why would you do that? Stop being silly. Alright, so that's good to go. So now, officially, we're good to go down here on corn. We're harvesting up here, canola. Over here, canola. We got a lot of canola going on right now. Canola here as well. Everything that goes in from here automatically gets sold. And we made about 350,000 overnight. And I think we already made another probably about 100 grand. Let's take a look at our information menu. So right now, livestock expenses 6 grand, vehicle running costs 12. Harvest income already 74,000. Others 162, and I'm pretty sure that's from what we've made so far from our solar and our wind. But yeah, we're definitely making a profit today. And then now we can kind of like rinse, repeat this. I do want to get up to the point where I want to get like 10 million bucks. That's a good goal, I think. And I want to do it through harvesting more stuff and things. But, all right, so I think I'm going to let some of these guys do some harvesting. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do while they're harvesting. Whatever, oh, ever could I do while they're harvesting? Except drive the grasshopper off the flour mill hill. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, baby. Ooh, oh. What a jip. I gypped you guys. You thought something amazing was going to happen, and it wasn't. It was less than amazing, and I feel like I've gypped you. I didn't know, though. Oh, yeah, baby. Breakdance. Oh, there's a big traffic jam because the grasshopper's in the way. Let's get that out of there. Everybody's peeved off. You guys gonna be all right? No, they were fuming. They were like, I don't care. You stay there as long as you want. I get paid the same sitting here as I do harvesting in the field. Whatever, man. So yeah, and in the speedy up bit before, I don't think I mentioned it. I love driving this thing around. I think next episode we're gonna do some serious stuff. I think it's good to take a break and do some non-serious stuff too. So we might go ahead and we may get a ramp. I think there's a ramp. I think I remember seeing a ramp somewhere. But it's a busy day on the farm, man. Everybody's doing their things. All sorts of stuff and things are happening. We've already almost completed, or no, it looks like, yeah, we're done over here. Let's go ahead and hop into, where are you? Not you, not you, you. Let's hop into this guy. Oh, wait, there's traffic again. Oh, no, they're good. All right, they're good. Is he going to make one more around? All right. Looks like that harvester's actually going to come down for another pass. What do we got going on over here? So I want to be a little bit more than halfway done in this field before we start the Pronto up. It's pretty fast. It does stuff pretty quick. And then what's going on down over in here? Yeah, we still got some more harvesting to do for sure. Wanted to take a second to kind of talk about future plans. I think we're going to get into 8 and 9 as well, and go ahead and get those fields purchased. I do believe that that means, let's go ahead and get into this guy and head up here and take a look. We got almost $2 million bucks now, so we got a plenty of money. So we're good to go with that. But what I'm thinking is going to be a problem up at 8 and 9 here is that field 8 in the top of 7, but almost all of 8 is ringed by stupid trees. These stupid trees we hate that are a huge pain in the butt. And so that's going to be an issue, man. It's definitely going to be an issue. Let's just take a look here. It's not purchased yet, but let's just look. What do we got for a price? 268 grand. We're getting it. We're out here. We might as well buy it. So we're going to get that guy, and then we're going to get this guy too. Now, there's just a ton of trees out here. Now, there's a couple of different mods that people have shown. And I think that we might, I'm going to test it out. Not today, but I think test it out. Phew, brakes, homie, brakes. There may be a faster way to get rid of these. Where are you? R219. Just buy. Now I think these two fields are great too, just because of the way that they're set up. They're nice and square or whatever. Also, you know what's kind of weird? I can't scroll out any further than this with the AMG. Wait, hold on a second. Yeah, I mean, it feels like you can go further away with other tractors, right? What are you doing, guy? I feel like you don't need to wait quite so far away and on the side of the hill like this. Like, couldn't you just chill out in the field? I guess it's a good spot. I guess it's fine. But yeah, all these trees have got to go. And so there's a couple of different mods. I think we're going to do it in a little bit of a cheaty fashion just because doing cutting them down by hand and cutting all the limbs off and doing all that, it's so crazy, man. So what I think we're going to try is a different grinder, or what are those even called? Wood chipper, and a different grasper. Remember the grasper? I think we're going to try a different grasper out too. Oh, there was one other thing that I wanted to show you guys over here today that I found while I was hanging out on my, where are you, the thing? It's way over here. So it's really crazy. This is episode, what, 21? And I still haven't been all the way around all the map until just today. There's another little place around here that I'd never seen before. Oh, is this a... Oh my god, the traction is so bad on this guy. You know what? I bet we could jump this with the grasshopper. Hit it! Ooh, I feel like Duke's a hazard. So yeah, there's this sign over here I was reading. I think it is up here somewhere. Jet Set Farming, the rise of the harvest, running out of taters. And I think that this is like supposed to be the road up to the drive-in. I don't know. Or I don't know if there's supposed to be a movie theater. But anyway, when you drive up here, I think it's where is it? So there's another sign for it. There's like 3 of them, and they all say the same thing. Oh yeah, this is the drive-in. We've actually been here before, like in the first couple of episodes, but I never realized that it was like a drive-in movie theater. It's got the smallest screen ever. Like the drive-ins I went to when I was a kid, the screen was like, I don't know, 8 times that size. So, but then over in here, there's a little like squatters camp, which I've never saw either. I think I jumped the grasshopper down here like this, and I was like, oh crap, there's a squatters camp. It's not a squatters camp, but it's a little like campsite. Oh, man, someone left a fire going. That's a fire hazard. And there's a couch outside the house. There's a little guy over there. That couch can't smell good. Look, he's got like a suit and tie on. He's like a business executive making tons of money. Look, she's got a suit and tie on too. Hey, baby. What's going on, man? Hello, Jessica. Your strut is quite odd. You look like you're chafed. Possibly. It's got a pretty nice looking for a computer lady. But yeah, I never saw this before, so I thought it was really cool. But as you could say, we bought those 2 fields. Let's go ahead and check our finances out again. So that was 320 some thousand, but we've already brought in 170, man. Like, we're doing great on this stuff. You just have to sit around and harvest fields all day long. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are you coming around here, buddy? Is he doing the crop circles? He is doing the crop circles. I don't know what this phenomena is that is just So this just started. I've never seen this before, and it just started. I think it's because I keep crossing over my paths. And somebody had mentioned that before, that like it's really not a good idea to like overlap your course play courses like this, like their start and stop points. I figured it would be smart enough, but I guess it isn't. Let's go ahead and drive him over here. Look at the perfect circle. All right, let's see what happens if we start again. Are you going to be smart this time, or are you going to go in a circle? Oh, and he's going to bisect the circle. Oh my gosh, man. Sweet tattoo. Need to get that tattooed on your arm or your head or something. All right, so we're good to go with that. What do we got going on over here? I think this guy's probably done. Yeah, let's stop course. And then head down and unload him. And I think that we're actually at the point, we're at the end of the episode today. I'm trying to be a little bit more economical with my time. I've been spending like 4 and 5 hours on these episodes, and yeah, and I love hanging out and doing it, but like I want to make sure I can have enough time to do other stuff in other series too. So I think that's going to be it for today, guys. We definitely got a lot of stuff done. We got a lot of harvesting going. I think, like I said, next time we're going to get into some tree removal and utilizing, no, get out of here. Stop. Will you, please? Thank you. We're going to get into trying to do some much more efficient tree removal. Just because I know you can do the stump thing, the stump grinder trick, but you guys know that that doesn't always work. It's such a pain in the butt. I want to find something that's a little bit easier. Try to, at the very least. But yeah, so I had a good time hanging out. I hope you liked the Pooh story. If you liked the video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Show your support for the series. Feel free to share and favorite it as you see fit. Don't spam on the road. Oh, wait. I said it wrong. Oh my gosh. Sorry. May the stuff and things be with you. And don't spam on the road.